Okay, so we're coming live on Christmas Day, or certainly the evening of Christmas Day, with 1 hour left to go here in the UK. And I enjoyed the first foray into Kingdom Death Monster so much that I wanted to get cracking on straight away and doing the first hunt against the White Lion. So we left the last video doing the intro, effectively, or the tutorial, and we defeated the basic White Lion, and now we have a quarry, which is the only thing we can go and hunt, which is the White Lion. And we're keen to do this. We very much need to get some resources for our settlement, for our community, and Peter unfortunately perished in the first stage. So Peter has taken his place, which is this guy here. But we've got a couple of upgraded characters. First of all, Gregor, who has the +1 strength, permanent strength, has now got rawhide vest, giving him a bit of defense in his body, as well as a bone axe, which is hopefully going to really help in the foray. As well as Tilly has now got, if I can show. Are we giving Tilly this, really? Yeah, she's got -1 accuracy, unfortunately, but she's got the bone darts. She's going to be our ranged character, so keep an eye out for her as well. So, we've done the settlement phase. That was where we left off, and these are our departing survivors. And now we're going to move on to the hunt phase, which we've not touched upon yet. Okay, the hunt phase. If you remember rightly, B is the character who was this character effectively. She effectively started the conversations, started our community, our lifeline, as it were. So she spoke our language, but she had to skip the next hunt, and she had to do that anyway. So that was kind of like a no-brainer, effectively. So she's not with us in this particular hunt. We are hoping that we don't die, but it could well be likely. And it says to put your figures over here on the start. So let me move the camera. There we go. To here. So a hunt phase, how does that work? This is how it works. So we set this up, and then we decide on what we're going to set up the hunt for. So if we go down through the... even though it doesn't sound like it, you go to like what's called the showdown. Ow. Yeah. Okay, right. So we're going for a quarry. So can we see the? That's a bit better. There we go. That's a bit better. So we choose a quarry, which is going to be our White Lion. We set up the hunt board, which we've done here. Hunt the quarry along the hunt board until the showdown begins the phase. Okay. Choose your quarry before departing the hunt. Choose a quarry from your list available, which we've done. Some obviously can't be, and a nemesis can't be. We've chosen it, and it's going to be a level 1. We're going to start with the first White Lion. It has 13 spaces, as you can see, all the way over to starvation, which you can't actually see. But this overwhelming darkness is basically where you don't want to get. You want to trigger the hunt before that, the showdown, sorry, before that happens. That's in essence what you want to kind of do. So we go to the hunt cards first. So I've got all of the White Lions things here. So might as well just place them out. AI, hunt location. And then what we're after are these cards here. These are the hunt cards, okay? So we give those a good old shuffle. And these are specific to the White Lion, okay? That's the first thing. Then it tells you how to set up the board. So let's put those there. We also need... wherever they are. Here we are. The basic hunt cards, okay? Now, these are kind of like your normal base hunt events, okay? So we shuffle those up. So, what we need to go to first is Scream Alan, White Lion. If we have a look at the White Lion, even though it shows a showdown, this is the hunt board section, okay? So we're going to start there. We're going for a level 1 White Lion. So we place our White Lion here, okay? As it suggests to do in the board. Now, it will tell you whether to put a White Lion hunt event or a standard hunt event, okay? Basically, you're going to be putting them all along, so every thing is filled with one of these. You can see here with the E's, that's where the White Lion events start. So there's going to be a White Lion event here. There's going to be a White Lion event here. And then there's going to be a standard hunt event here. As soon as you both match, come together in the event, then let's move this across a second. As soon as you both meet together and you both encounter each other, you start the showdown event. Okay, that's the way it works. Let me just talk a little bit about this White Lion. So this is the White Lion over here. There once was a beast that wanted to feel how soft its fur was. Since it could not reach its own back, it killed many other creatures and spent time rubbing its paws over them. They say that when the monster finally killed a human, it fell in love with their soft hair and its paws grew into a pair of fine human hands. So, you may not have noticed this from the first video, but what you'll notice with the miniature is that as this White Lion actually has human hands, even though with talons effectively, as its front paws, which is really quite weird. But that's what I want to do. I want to feel how soft its fur was. Right, okay. Quite odd, you could argue, but it is the way it is. So now we move over to... Oops. There we go. Right, so we're all ready to go. So, basically what we're going to do, we're going to choose a survivor to move forward and reveal the event. Now, in essence, what you want to do is send someone who's got a bit of insanity, that they can handle the traumas which we're about to take. So I think Tilly is best suited for most of these, as long as she doesn't die as we go through. So I'm going to choose Tilly to take the first step forward. We revealed the hunt card, and it says, Lion in heat. Perhaps not the greatest. The darkness is filled with unearthly screeching and yowling. Huddled together, the survivors close their eyes but cannot sleep. All survivors suffer 1 brain damage, event damage. So, we all got to go in, and we all take 1 brain damage. Now, Tilly has 4 insanity, so she just goes down to 3 insanity and still is insane. Gregor is exactly the same. He also had 4 insanity and goes down to 3. So we're talking about this value here. Unfortunately, our 2 new starters, they didn't know much about the world, and they didn't know what was going on. They have no brain. So this is not a great start. This is really not a great start. So both of Peter and Kat have to take a roll on the table, unfortunately. So we go to the brain trauma table. We get our dice out. I'm going to roll a d10. I'm going to hope that we don't die before we even meet our our first one. So, unfortunately, I didn't have an insanity. That was the problem. So, Cat, first of all, she rolls a 9. That's a good roll. You are knocked down and gain 1d10 insanity. Now, you don't get knocked down in the hunt phase, so that's all good. So, she's going to gain 9 insanity. She suddenly becomes the most insane out of all of us. What about Peter? What's his story? He also manages to roll a 9 and gets 6 insanity. So I'm suddenly, I came out of that really, really quite well. That was very lucky. But we'll see how we carry on. So we've completed that one. It didn't say to draw another one. So I think it makes sense to actually send one of our new comrades forward, as they've got a hell of a lot of insanity, and Cat's the most insane, so she's going to go ahead and see what meets us next. Scratching grounds. Claw marks scar the ground. The survivors may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gains +1 courage and rolls on the table. So obviously, getting some damage, getting low rolls would be pretty bad. But as we've got this ability, and if we do not investigate, we have to roll on the random event table. We don't really want to do that. So I would say at least one person's got to investigate. But I'm kind of keen to get everyone investigating. So let's go for it. So we're going to go with Tilly first. Let's see what she rolls. Let's see what she rolls. She rolls a 9. That's a massive score. A prize in the rubble underfoot. Gain 1 lion claw resource. So let's go into the white lion resource deck and grab 1 white lion claw resource. And +1 courage, of course, because she did go into the rubble. Should we keep going? Yeah, go on, Gregor. You can do it. He also manages to get a 9. This is ridiculous. Which is another lion claw resource. So let's go through the cards and grab another white lion claw. I'll take this. This is going really quite well. 300, and he also gains 1 courage as well. Yeah, let's keep going. Go on, Cat. A 3. Oh dear. 1 to 3. Sifting through the rubble, a shifting stone crushes the survivor's hands. 1 event damage onto the arms. She already starts with a light damage, not horrendous. And let's go for Peter. Go on, Peter. A 5. Nothing happens. So that's cool. We investigated, so that's that done. Move them up. Let's go on to the hunt phase. We'll go in with Cat's already taken some damage, so I think we're going to go in with Peter. Peter's going to stride forward, being a newbie, and see what we get. Random event. Sorry. So the white dice is 10s, black dice is singles. 52. So we go to the middle of the book. And we're after 52. Obviously there are 100. Madflies. Tiny, persistent insects swarm the survivors, flying into their eyes and nostrils. The bugs buzz maddeningly in their heads, growing louder as they near their quarry. At the start of the showdown, the madflies reach a frenzied peak as the survivors prepare for battle. For the first 3 rounds of the showdowns, the survivors gain +2 strength tokens and suffer 1 brain damage at the beginning of each round. What? On the 4th round, the gestating eggs hatch, exploding from the survivors' mouths in a cloud of buzzing chaos, knocking them down. Remove the strength tokens. Hang on a minute. For the first 3 rounds of the showdown, the survivors gain +2 strength tokens and suffer 1 brain damage at the beginning of each round. We're going to go up to strength 6. Holy moly! That is awesome. And then we are going to do the encounter as normal. Okay, so the lion will take the first round, the first action, if you like, and then we'll take it from there. So let's put away the hunt cards. Let's put away the lion hunt cards. Let's update our resources. So we've now got 3 lion claws with the extra 2 that we just gathered from searching through the rubble, which was always a good thing. And we'll leave those there. And we're ready for the showdown. So if we go down to the showdown, white line. So we go down to the showdown board. We take away our characters and the white lion. We can move this board now away from play. We do not need that anymore. And it shows us here, we're setting up exactly the same as before, but we look here and we see how we're gonna set up our AI deck. So number 1, let's separate B's with S's, with L's, with A's. Okay, so level 1 white lion, which is what we're attempting to go against right now, has a 7 Bs. So we grab our deck of Bs, donated up here with the B. Okay, so this is their weak attacks. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're not going to use those ones. So they're the Bs. Then we need 3 As. So grab a bunch of A's. So this is not a predetermined deck, unlike last time we played. And we go 1, 2, and 3. No legendary. No S's, because the S's will be here, and no L's or S's. So we can get rid of all of those as well. Movement of 6, toughness of 8. We'll try and remember that. Then we shuffle up this AI deck, which is effectively its health. So we're looking at 10 health instead of last time, which was 8. You have to do a final wound as well. So effectively we're talking about a... Sorry, we're talking about a 11 health lion here. Shuffle the hit location deck. And obviously that's not predetermined either. So we're all good to go. Except for now we've got terrain and deployment. 1 tall grass crane card, which is 2 cards. So in the box we've got a load of terrain, and we need 2 of those. And then there's a deck. I can find it. There we are. There's a deck of terrain cards. So we're going to use these terrain cards now. Now it says we're going to use those. So let's go and get the tall grass card. And it tells you all of the rules for that particular terrain on the terrain card. Okay. And now we need 2 random cards set up normally. So 1 and 2. And that's the terrain done. So we need an ore vein, which is 1 of those, and 2 athlax plants. Okay, so we got the Orvain and 2 Anchorthunce plants that we're talking about here. So, tall grass, Anchorthunce, and Ore. Let's put this away. I know where we're setting up for this particular one. So, lines going in the middle again. Okay, so we probably want to set up somewhere around here that we can. Sorry, let me just. It's a bit better. Somewhere around here that we can actually entice them in. So it says here for tall grass, they gain +2 evasion. That basically makes it harder to hit them. Okay. Set up 4 spaces away from all tall grass. So let's put the tall grass here. Then, as we're going to be placing our characters here and here, in fact, let's put it here. As we're going to be putting our 2 characters here, no, here's fine, here and here, then we can go 1, 2, 3, let's set up here, because we are 1, 2, 3, 4, easily 4 spaces away. The ore vein gives us a chance of getting ore, which is iron, right? Set up 6 spaces from all other terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That can go there. And Athalax plants, or Anchorthunce plants, you might find fresh Athalax and away from all other Actalanx plants. Now, I can't put it near the ore, but we can put it near these. So that's going here and here. So we're stacking up around this area, which I think would make sense. So that's following the rules of setup for those terrain, and now we can set up. So it's basically 6 spaces away in like a diamond shape. So like this. So who do we want to send to be hit first? I think Big Boy Gregor is the man to hit first. Then we're going to put our ranged character in the ore space. Cat, our new character, can go here because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, should all be equal distance away. So something a bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so if he comes to here, then we can still take him with as many people as we want. With Gregor, hopefully hitting on 6+, and trusting the rest to hit with their founding stones. So that's the plan. So we're going to go with that. Let's bring this action a bit more zoomed in, as it were. Okay, so ready to start. The last thing we have to do is just decide on a monster controller, and it's going to go to Gregor because he's going to be attacked first of all. Okay, so that makes complete sense just to hit Gregor as the person who's going to be attacked. Right, so let's get started. So, the monster does ground fighting, which is a mood. It's an A ability. The monster flops onto its side, waiting for attackers to draw near. While, remember, I completely forgot, because of our ability, we get +2 damage, strength tokens, and for the first 3 rounds, right? Which is crazy good, as we get hounded by all these flies. So I'm just going to put these tokens. Oops, sorry. I'm going to put these tokens next to each survivor, just to remind me. So we're going in with a lot of damage to start the game. which is pretty cool. And I only have 7 of those strength tokens, which is interesting. So I'll remember. Was there a negative? Oh, what's that? Oh, that might be another one. Oh yeah, there we go. So we've got our 8 strength tokens. I'm just going to check. 52, wasn't it? Just to make sure I didn't miss. Oh, and 1 brain damage. That was the negative. So at the start of each round. So before we draw this, we have to take 1 brain damage each. So Peter goes down to 5 insanity. Cat goes down to 8. She's pretty insane, I've got to be honest. Gregor goes down to 2 and is no longer insane because it's not on 3+, as well as Tilly, who's now no longer insane and gets her wits about her and goes to 2 insanity. But they've got a hell of a lot of strength. Anyway, while ground fighting is in play, do not draw AI cards. When a survivor spends an action in the zone of death, that doesn't sound good, but before resolving the action, the monster performs a basic action with +2 speed, has an extra 2 dice in attack, and +1 damage, targeting the survivor. When it is wounded, discard the ground fighting. So obviously Tilly's going to try and hit this white lion because she's not in the zone of death. But that's not great. We don't draw another AI card. We place that over there, which is over on the side of the board. Oof. That's not great. I've got to be honest. That's not fantastic. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so it's our go. So Tilly's going to have a shot. She's got a range of 6, so she's in range, of course. On a 7+, with 1 dice, and but it has got a damage of 3 with +2 strength. But we got -1 accuracy with her as well. So we're looking for an 8+ with this 1 dice result. We'll go for it. We'll see what happens. Come on, Tilly. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What a legend she is. She hits a 10. That's not a bad start. Don't be a trap. It's not a trap. It has got a failure, however. But, toughness 8, remember. The White Lion, level 1. As, if you ever can't remember, you just look at the card here, and it shows that it's got a toughness of 8. So, we're looking for an 8, is our target. We start with 3 damage, 3 strength on. 3 strength on the darts themselves, plus the 2 strength tokens is 5, which means a 3+ will wound the lion, get rid of the mood, and means that I can move in and attack and not be worried about getting a kind of counter attack. So we're looking for a 3+ and a 10 for a crit. She gets a 7. Tilly is what I would call an absolute legend. There isn't a failure, so no reaction takes place. We take the first card of the AI deck, and that's the first wound. Absolute awesome. We've wounded the lion, so we discard this ground fighting. What a blooming legend. Throwing a bone dart, pinging the lion. Does she want to move? So I could spend an action. I could just wait on the ore. And the reason why is to spend an action to do this, which I probably will do. So she's just going to stay where she is for now. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to be able to attack with everyone. obviously, Gregor needs to go in and attack. He's my best character. He's got he's got the bone axe. He's got +3 strength. So he's got effectively hit wounding on 2 pluses. 2 dice is the speed of the axe. So let me just show you the bone axe. So it's got a speed of 2, hitting on 6 pluses with 3 strength. So we're looking for 6 pluses. Oh, would you believe it? 4 and a 5. What a disappointment. Oh, an absolute disappointment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's take Cat in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's going to attack with her Founding Stone, needing 7 pluses. And gets a 10 and a 4. So the 10 hits. Let's see if she can carry on the idea with the Beast's Elbow to this. So we're looking at a 1 strength, but the +2 strength tokens takes that to 3. So 8 minus 3 is 5 plus. 5 plus to wound. Oh dear, she gets the 4. So it is a failure. Full move Full move monster forward in a straight line. Cancel all hits out of range. Any survivor passed over suffers grab. Suffers 1 damage per monster level. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it on here. Okay. And suffers 1 damage per monster. So 1, 2. Legs. The great already takes the weapons to his legs. Wait for the